Hey everybody, this is Nikki.
Hey everybody, this is Tyler.
I don't need your sass. and we're due go on. And we're back for Smash Standby. What's the matter with us?
I don't know.
So today is a very exciting episode. We're talking about my main, Captain Falcon.
It is your main. Nikki actually started maining Captain Falcon, like, right after he stopped maining. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, I used to main Robin, but we don't like to talk about that anymore.
Okay, so tell us about him.
I shall. So, Captain Falcon is, awesome. He first comes from the game F-Zero, his own racing game, but he was first in the Smash Bros. Series as one of the original characters in the original Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. So, he's very juicy. So, let's get on with this. He is in Super Smash Bros. 4 now, and as tier position numero 11.
Yeah,
So.
he used to be higher, but after the update that just went down, he was nerfed.
Yeah, he used to be 6, but now someone else has that spot, and I'm sad.
Yeah. Okay, so to start, we're gonna talk about his special moves. First, we have his trademark punch, the Falcon Punch. This is a move in which Captain Falcon charges up for a moment and then releases like a bird-type silhouette around his hand, and he punches for a lot of damage. If you move the control stick as you're punching, you can go reverse in the ground and in the air, and it does 3% more damage for each. So it's a pretty laggy move as expected, but when you hit it, oh my god, it's so worth it.
It's so satisfying. His first custom for his neutral special is Falcon Dash Punch. Just really clever name. It's very similar to his Falcon Punch, except he dashes forward instead of just staying still like he does with the normal punch. And it is, of course, weaker than the original one since he gains more mobility with it.
Yeah. It does force his opponents off stage more than regular Falcon Punch, so it's easier for him to edge guard with this move, so it all depends on whether you prefer just on the ground combat or pushing them off the stage and edge guarding. His final custom for his Falcon Punch is the Mighty Falcon Punch. This is basically your traditional, a lot of power, very slow move. It has an extremely large hitbox, and it just increases the knockback power of the Falcon Punch, and it just has a really long startup, but I'm sure, I've never used it personally, but I'm sure if you land it, it's just as satisfying.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad I've never actually used any of his custom moves.
We don't talk about that either.
Screw that, he needs it. So his default side special is Raptor Boost. He dashes forward and he has a fiery uppercut. And it knocks the opponent really high into the air. But also if you use it while you're both in the air and you hit it, it can Meteor Smash.
And to note, if he doesn't make contact with anyone while he uses it in the air, he does become helpless, and that's one of the things with Captain Falcon. If you get helpless when you're playing as this character, you can very easily get gimps, because Captain Falcon is pretty heavy, and he's a big target, so try to make sure you're going to connect this move if you use it, because your opponent can take advantage of that if you miss. He has his Heavy Raptor Boost as his first custom special. Heavy Raptor Boost, while it's slower and gives less distance, it has super armor throughout, and it has basically just a lot more power.
And his second custom is the Wind Up Raptor Boost, which he moves backwards a bit before he dashes forward, and it gives it a slightly slower startup lag, but the charge for it is faster, so.
Yeah, and it is the weakest of the three options, but as Nikki said, it is the fastest. And his down special is Falcon Kick, another very famous move for Captain Falcon. It's a jump kick attack that differs greatly depending on whether it's used in the air or on the ground. On the ground, he just zooms across the stage at pretty reasonable speed, and on the air, he actually goes diagonally down based on which side you're facing on. So make sure you don't kill yourself with this move. But from the ground, he does kick sideways, so you can cover a lot of ground like that.
Yeah. His first custom for down special is Falcon Kick Fury. It's similar to the original, but it hits multiple times, and the last hit launches the opponent, but the last hit has less knockback than normal.
Yeah. And his final custom move is Lightning Falcon Kick, which is, as the title says, an electrified version of the Falcon Kick. He pushes through his opponents, but the speed of the attack does not slow down at all. The distance covered is farther for the grounded version, and when used in the air, it can stun the opponent momentarily. So, from what this says, this sounds like it covers all areas except for startup and knockback, but it really does sound, because it paralyzes and it travels faster, which in Smash 4 does lead to setups.
And his up special, his default is the Falcon Dive. He'll attempt to grab an opponent, finishing with an explosion. If he's successful, he'll yell "Yeah!" He'll actually say yes, but same thing. And he'll cause some damage to the opponent in the air. But if he misses, then it's just a normal recovery move, and he won't do any damage.
Yeah. His next custom is Falcon Strike, and while it's unable to grab opponents, it does have a hitbox during the entire way up, and that obviously does grant him better protection from attacks. It also goes higher and has a lot more horizontal momentum, so it not only gives him a better vertical recovery, it also gives him one of the quickest horizontal recoveries, because that also couples with his extremely fast air game and ground game. So.
And his second custom out special is Explosive Falcon Dive, and it charges longer than his normal, and it doesn't go quite as high, but it is stronger and has better knockback, and so it can be used to launch opponents off the screen way sooner.
Mm-hmm. And getting into his tilts, we're going to start with his side tilt, or his forward tilt. He basically performs a roundhouse kick that can be aimed up or down, similar to a lot of forward tilts.
His up tilt, he does an axe kick with some pretty good horizontal knockback. It can be used to continue some combos or even start some combos in certain cases, and it's a powerful meteor smash on aerial opponents as long as you hit them with your heel.
Yeah. His down tilt is a leg sweep attack that has decent range and damage, and it has pretty significant knockback, but only horizontally. It provides little to no vertical knockback.
So, that leads into his aerial attacks. His forward aerial is...
Neutral aerial.
His neutral aerial... I forgot about that one. I don't like to use those. His neutral aerial kicks forward twice, and it's a pretty good follow-up if you use it after a down throw, and it can combo into itself or an up aerial.
His forward aerial is... Besides Falcon Punch, is one of his most known moves. It is the knee smash or the lightning kick, similar to Zelda's. It is amazing. It has really good launching power, and when you see it sparkle, if you hit with this sweet spot, it reliably KOs below 100%. It's extremely quick starting up and doesn't have a lot of ending lag, so an extremely safe option to use off-stage edge guarding. So you can, and it does cover a wide area, and even though it's a very small hitbox to get it sweet spotted, the sour spot still does interrupt people trying to recover. So basically, if you use this no matter what, you'll do some sort of damage.
His back aerial is a quick backhanded strike. It'll KO at 106% near the stage, or near the edge when you perform it clean. If it obviously does more damage if you hit it cleanly. And it'll combo into a dash attack or grab at low percentages.
His up air attack is a big flip kick attack. It makes it an excellent combo move with just similar to all of his other aerials. It's extremely low ending lag. It's a viable KO option because it does KO at pretty low percents. And you can use it to juggle your opponents in the air, and it's a pretty wide area that it covers, so it's a pretty good move.
And his final aerial attack is his down aerial, where he stomps downwards. And it's very good meteor smash as long as you sweet spot it on the leg, but it has high horizontal knockback if it's sour spotted. But it's pretty hard to land, as I've learned.
Yeah, Nikki tries to land this meteor smash all the time, and he fails.
I actually landed it a couple times today, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
We don't talk about that.
I'm sorry.
Moving on, we have his forward smash, which is a powerful elbow strike that can be aimed up or down. It's KOs near 100%, and it has really long range, so yeah.
Quite strong. His up smash is a spinning double hop kick. It's got slow startup lag, but it has low ending lag and pretty good horizontal range, even though it doesn't seem like it would. It has slow startup lag, but it can be, as I've said earlier, but it's good at catching opponents out of a spot dodge too.
And his down smash, he kicks forward and then backward. Unlike his semi-clone Ganondorf, these two hits do not combo into each other, which I actually find weird because Captain Falcon is more known for comboing than Ganondorf is. But they gave his down smash a combo, but they didn't give Captain Falcon's, which I prefer it the other way around because I see the characters the opposite. So yeah, it's a good way to catch people that are rolling a lot.
Yeah. So that'll bring us into his stage entrance. So, for Captain Falcon's stage entrance, he comes in his Blue Falcon, which spins to a stop, and then he jumps out of it, and then the Blue Falcon speeds off without him, which, how did you do it? Even now his driver's gone, I don't know.
It's fucked up. And what is his home battlefield?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. His home battlefield is that one.
Port Town Arrow Drive.
That one.
Dive. That return from Brawl. It's a pretty underwhelming stage in my opinion, especially when you're just playing on it as a Final Destination form, because the music's good, but I'm not the biggest fan of F-Zero music. But it's an alright stage. It's definitely not a tournament stage because the vehicles that drive by are way too overpowered.
Yeah.
And finally, the best part, for trivia, the lines bordering Captain Falcon's eyes actually change depending on the costume he uses. And Captain Falcon is one of 3 characters that have voice clips that have been used in all 4 Smash Brothers installments. The other 2 are Yoshi and Jigglypuff. And finally, of all the veterans that have appeared in Brawl and came back in Smash 4, Captain Falcon and Ganondorf are the only ones to not make use of their knockback sound clips, which is pretty interesting.
Interesting.
And time for his final smash, Nikki.
His final smash, he will hit an opponent with the Blue Falcon, and he will take them into a street, basically, into one of his racetracks from F-Zero, and he basically just runs them over with his car. That's how I'd kill someone.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
And now for overall strategy on Captain Falcon. I'll start. Even though Captain Falcon is a medium weight character, the damage and recovery on some of his attacks might make you believe he's a heavyweight, because he has extremely fast run speed. He has good air mobility. He falls extremely fast, which actually makes it hard for him to escape from combos. His aerials are pretty quick. Most of them have good range. But in terms of recovery, that's kind of where he struggles, because he depends on his up B, but his up B gains little to no horizontal distance unless you move it. But that is greatly crippled by the fact that even the vertical distance it gains isn't that great. A lot of his moves you have to rely on sweet spots, which I don't like, but some people do like that. For example, his forward air, when you sweet spot it, it can deal 19 damage, but when you don't, it deals 3. So that's quite the extreme example.
Exactly.
Overall, Captain Falcon really just needs to rely on spacing and his incredible survivability to do well. You have to time a lot of his attacks to get the upper hand in a match. In the air, he has a variety of options. His up air, forward air, and even his down air are amazing moves to get enemies off of you. His down air is a great meteor smash. Nikki doesn't seem to have a lot of luck with it, but in my opinion...
I don't need your sass.
In my opinion, it's pretty easy to land.
Shut up.
His smash special moves, most of them unfortunately are actually pretty laggy. The only one I can't think of that's laggy is his down B. All the other ones actually do have a significant amount of ending lag. But even though that's all of his weaknesses, his strengths greatly outweigh his weaknesses in my opinion, and that's why he's such a tournament scene character.
Yeah. Along with what he said, Captain Falcon is also just an extremely fast character, so as long as you can keep moving and you can play lots of mind games with your opponent, and you can just you could dodge them, you can jump around them and try to confuse them, and then since he's so fast, most of his attacks, while they do have high ending lag, don't have very high startup lag, so for the most part, you can pretty much just kind of get in there, get a few hits off, run around, and just try to dodge anything your opponent can give it or throw at you. So
Yeah.
I think he's a very good character, obviously, since he's my main.
Yeah, so he has, just as the last thing, if you want to main Captain Falcon, he actually is one of the easiest characters to learn because he has an extremely low learning curve and very high payoff, as evident from his extremely positive tournament results. He has very easy to use combos, he's very fast, very speedy, and it actually confuses me how in Brawl he was in the bottom 3 on the tier, because in Brawl, even though he was buffed immensely, he has a lot of the same moves. I just think it's because in general Smash 4 is faster than Brawl, and that helped Captain Falcon a lot.
Yeah.
So, that was it for this video. We have a lot of videos, as we said in our Fire Emblem review, that is our last video on our channel. But look out for more, because there are a lot more coming, and we'll see you guys in the next Smash Standby.
See you later.